Hymns of Hermes by G.R.S. Mead. Narrated by Matthew Schmitz. The Service of Song. Clement of Alexandria tells us that the whole of the religious philosophy, that is, the wisdom, discipline, and multifarious arts and sciences of the Egyptian priesthood, was contained in the Book of Hermes, that is, of Thoth. These books, he informs us further, were classified under 42 heads and divided into a number of groups according to the various septs or divisions of the priests. In describing a certain sacred ceremonial, a procession of priests in their various orders, Clement tells us that it was headed by a representative of the order of singers, who were distinguished by appropriate symbols of music, some of which were apparently carried in the hands and others embroidered on the robes. These singers had to make themselves masters of, that is, learn by heart, two of the divisions of the books of Hermes, namely those which contain collections of hymns in honor of the gods or god, and encomia, or hymns in praise of the kings. Many specimens of similar hymns in praise of the gods are preserved to us in Egyptian inscriptions and papyri, and some of them are most noble outpourings of the soul in praise of the majesty and transcendency of the Supreme, in terms that they may not be unfavorably compared with similar praise-giving in other great scriptures. But alas, the hymn books of Thoth, to which Clement refers, are lost to us. He may, of course, have been mistaken in so definitely designating them, just as he was indubitably mistaken in thinking that they were collections of hymns composed by a single individual, Hermes. The grandiose conception of Thoth as the inspirer of all sacred writings and the teacher of all religion and philosophy was Egyptian and not Greek, and it was but a sorry equivalent that the Greeks could find in their own pantheon when, in the change of god names, they were forced to translate Thoth by Hermes. Thoth, as the inspirer of all sacred writings and the president of all priestly discipline, was, as Iamblichus tells us, a name which was held by the Egyptians to be common to all priests. That is to say, every priest, as priest, was a Thoth, because he showed forth in his sacred office some characteristic or other of the great priest or master hierophant among the gods whose earthly name was Thoth Tahuti. Thoth was thus the oversoul of all priests, and when some of the Greeks came to know better what the inner discipline of the true priestly mysteries connoted, they so felt the inadequacy of plain Hermes as a suitable equivalent for the Egyptian name which designated this great ideal, that they qualified Egyptian Hermes with the honorific epithet.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?